Hello everyone, this is WV Outlaw 22, and in this project we're going to show you how to make a dance floor cover made of glass. So the first thing we need to do is jump into our perspective viewport. So let's go ahead and maximize that. Okay, then we'll come up here to create, and let's go ahead and go to the top view, and let's grab a simple box. Let's go ahead and draw it out. Okay, after we've drawn it out, let's go ahead and center it by coming up here to select and move, right mouse click, and we get the absolute world. So what we want to do is right mouse click on the bottom spinners to center it. Okay, now that it's all centered, let's go fix the parameters. Let's come up here to modify, and on our length let's go 48.5, width 48.5, height 1, and now we're ready. If at any time you want to remove the grid, if it's in your way, just hit G and you can get rid of that grid. Okay, now let's go ahead and turn our model into an editable poly. So what we do is right mouse click, or you can go up here to the stack, what we call the stack, right mouse click there and turn it into an editable poly. Okay, now that it's an editable poly, let's go ahead and give it an inset so we can have a nice edge on the outside. So what we do is go down here to polygon, click on your model, and move down here to inset. And as you can see, it already built an edge around it. But in this case, I want to give it 1.5 and then hit OK. As you can see, it gave us a nice pretty edge on there. So now it's time to go ahead and add our materials. So to bring up our material editor, you can do two things. You can come up here and click on the material editor, or you can just simply press M on your keyboard. As you can see, I've already got two materials added to our slots here, but for this tutorial, let me show you how to bring those in. What you want to do is click on an empty slot, then go to the diffuse button, bitmap, and find your materials. And in this case, we're going to use a material that we made earlier for the edge and one for the glass. Okay, so in order to apply these, let's go ahead and do our glass material first. You click on your glass material, you select Assign to Selection, and Show Standard Map in Viewport. Okay, as you can see, it already turned into glass. But let me show you how we do that. Okay, let's go back to one of these empty slots. Load this back up. And as you can see, our area that we're going to put our glass material is already selected. So what we do is we go up to Parent, scroll down to Maps, and we take the diffuse, you click on it, and drag it down to opacity. When you get the Copy Instant menu, you want to make sure that Copy is selected and hit OK. So as you can see in our slot, it turned into glass material. So in order to apply it, again, assign material to selection and show standard map in viewport. And there we are. Okay, now that we've got our glass material, let's go ahead and add our other material to the sides of it and the back and so forth. So in order to do that, we come up here to Edit and we hit Select Invert, which it selects all the other polygons except the glass material. So we go to we use the basic asphalt for this. So again, assign material to selection and show standard map viewport. Now that we've added our material to our sides, let's go ahead and add a map to it to make it smooth. So in order to add a map, we'll go up here to Modify. In the drop down arrow, we go down to UVW Map. And as you can see, our material is kind of blurry, but we can fix that. In the mapping, let's drop down to box. And let's give it let's do 8 by 8. As you can see now, it's kind of bumpy, but still it's a little smoother. This is pretty much preference here. Okay, I think that'll work for now. Okay, well, now that we've got our map on there, we can go ahead and collapse it here in the stack. So in order to collapse that, right mouse click on it and collapse all. Okay, now that we've finished our glass floor, let's go ahead and export it out so we can bring it into the client and let's see what it looks like. So in order to do that, let's go up to File, Export. And when we get the export menu, you'll want to make sure that you choose Collada Day. Then give your floor a name. So in this case, we're going to call it Glass Tutorial and hit Save. When this window comes up, just make sure that some of the standard options are chosen. The geometries, the normals, triangulate, and X references. And hit OK. Okay, now let's go into the client and let's test it out. Now here we are in the client. And in order to bring it in, let's go to Build, Build again, Design, and we're going to do a 3D object. Okay, and here we are in our folder that we exported it to, and here is our glass tutorial that we just created. So we want to select that, hit Open, and we get the import menu option. And for now, we're just going to go with default. Let's see what our floor looks like, and click on Next. And oh, it worked out fine. As you can see, it's glass. As you can see, we've got our edge added to it. So that works out just fine. Now, in the next tutorial, I will show you how to import this into the client and get it into our shop so we can use it. So till then, this is WV Outlaw 22. We'll see everyone later.